Welcome to Mount Lebanon. We are so honored and privileged that you have chosen to partner with Mount Lebanon Lutheran School in the Christian education of your child. My name is Ryan Finkbeiner, and I've been serving for 8 years here as the principal at Mount Lebanon Lutheran School. What is Mount Lebanon all about? We boil it down to 3 words: disciples, heirs, and leaders. At Mount Lebanon, we believe that our children are heirs of eternity. That is, Jesus died and rose to take away their sins, and he's now preparing a place for them in heaven. That gives our students a sure identity as heirs of eternity. We also believe that our students are disciples. That is, they're called by Jesus to live lives that are distinctively different from the rest of the world. They focus on the fruits of the Spirit like love, joy, peace, and patience. And finally, we believe that our students are leaders. That is, they take the gifts that God has given them, whether it's math or reading, science or technology, music or sports, and they use those gifts to God's glory, not for selfish gain, but for worship of the one who has created them. As we go through this video, we're going to go pretty quickly. So 2 resources for you. First, feel free to visit the mountmke.org. Click on the School tab, and in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a Current Parents drop-down. That has our parent handbook, school calendar, supply lists, and more. Also, this video that you're watching is available at our YouTube page. The web address is presented here. So if we're going to make disciples and heirs and leaders together, we need partnership. And that's what Mount Lebanon is all about, a partnership between home and school, parent and teacher, in support of children, our scholars. And what we do with that partnership, that triangular partnership, is we put Jesus in the middle, his grace, his love, and his forgiveness. They allow us to make mistakes and seek forgiveness, and they allow us to focus on him as we work for his glory. And that's our mission together as school and home. Through the transformative power of the gospel, we seek to make disciples of Jesus Christ who are heirs of eternity and prepared with a Christ-centered, excellent education to be servant leaders in their community. And that partnership in disciples, heirs, and leaders has brought about some amazing growth when it comes to academics. Each year, Mount Lebanon scholars take the Measures of Academic Progress, or MAPS test. They take it at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. We hope to see 100% growth because that means that our students have grown 1 academic year in 9 months, which is what we would expect. However, because of our great partnership, Mount Lebanon scholars have averaged 135% growth in reading and 140% growth in math over the last 5 years. That means that a Mount Lebanon scholar is growing 1.4 years in just 1 year of education. Praise God for this amazing academic growth. It's also allowed Mount Lebanon to be a 5-star school that significantly exceeds expectations. Every year the school report card has been presented by the Department of Public Instruction. Mount Lebanon Lutheran School has been awarded that 5-star distinction. So how do we make that work? I'm going to invite our 2 deans of students, one from our lower grades campus or Alpha campus, and our other dean from the middle school or Omega campus, to present to you some of the key commitment components that help make the partnership between parent and school work so well.
Hi, I'm Miss Uden from the Alpha campus.
And I'm Miss Hochert from the Omega campus.
We want to start off by talking about attendance. Attendance is important, having your scholars on time and ready for school every day. At the Alpha campus, we officially start at 8:15. That means that our main door closes at 8:15. We recommend that scholars arrive around 8:05 or between 8:10, so that way they have time to get their backpacks put away, their folders turned in, and get into their seats so that class can begin at 8:15.
At the Omega campus, our school day starts at 8 a.m. So similarly, we recommend that scholars arrive at 7:50 or 7:55 so they are ready to start their day at 8 o'clock. If a scholar does miss a day of school, students are responsible for asking their teachers for the work that they missed for that day.
Students that are tardy or are late to school will receive a tardy slip. If they leave early for school at the end of the day, that will also be counted as a tardy.
Please make sure you're calling your child's school campus if your child is going to be late or if they're going to be absent for the day.
We do have excused absences. We recommend that doctor's appointments and other things come up. So if your scholar is going to bring in a doctor's note or if there is a funeral to attend, please make sure that those notices come in within 2 days of returning to the school building. Arrival and dismissal. At our Alpha campus, we have morning care from 7 until 7:40. Scholars can be dropped off for Alpha morning care at the main door. Our breakfast begins at 7:40 and runs until 8:05. If you would like your scholar to eat breakfast before school, please have them there no later than 7:55 or 8 o'clock so they have time to eat breakfast. Breakfast is done being served and cleaned up by 8:05. At 8:15, our Alpha door closes. Scholars who arrive will have to ring the door and be let in and receive a tardy pass to enter for that day.
Before care at the Omega campus is from 7 o'clock to 7:35 and drop-off is at the gym door. Breakfast at the Omega campus is from 7:35 to 7:55. 7:35 and after, please make sure you're dropping off your scholar at the main entrance door. 8 o'clock, classes start, so the main door closes. Please ring the bell to be let in. But just remember, your scholar is marked tardy at 8 o'clock and after.
For dismissal, at our Alpha campus, we dismiss Monday through Thursday at 3:30. For picking up your scholar, you're going to enter on Fairmount and get in the car line on Stark. There will be an admin member at the gate of the parking lot to call your scholar. Scholars will be brought individually to each vehicle.
Dismissal at the Omega campus on Monday through Thursday is at 3:45. So please make sure you are picking up your Alpha scholar first and then head over to Omega to pick up your scholar at Omega. Please enter the parking lot off of 84th Street and form a line leading up to the main entrance. A staff member will come out to your car and call your scholars out. Dismissal on Fridays will be covered by Mr. Finkbeiner in a later slide.
Uniform. At our Alpha campus, scholars in K4 through 3rd grade wear a white polo every day. Scholars in our 4th grade class wear a white button-up dress shirt with a tie. For our bottoms, scholars can wear khaki navy pants for boys, or girls can wear khaki navy pants, skirts, or jumpers. You'll find when you're shopping for uniforms that there are a number of uniform pieces that are labeled as uniform but are actually a stretchy legging material, cargo pants, or joggers, which are not permitted. Scholars need to be in navy khaki material pants, skirts, or jumpers. For shoes, scholars can wear tennis shoes or all black dress shoes, but no fashion boots or sandals are permitted.
At the Omega campus, all of our scholars wear white button-down dress shirts, and they must wear a plain white undershirt underneath that dress shirt. Similarly, at the Omega campus, our scholars must wear navy blue bottoms made of that khaki material. They can wear pants, skirts, jumpers, skirts, but the skirts must be at or below knee height. Scholars must wear all black dress shoes for their shoes, but can bring gym shoes for gym and FIAD. Scholars must wear navy blue ties. They are available for purchase in the front office for $5. Scholars also must wear plain solid brown navy or black belts if their bottoms have belt loops. Optional, scholars can wear plain white, black, navy, or gray knit sweaters or vests. Please refer to pages 18 and 19 of the parent handbook for full details on what is permitted and not permitted for uniform.
Homework. At our Alpha campus, scholars will receive homework Monday through Thursday every evening. We are going to send home a homework folder which will contain a daily sheet. The daily sheet is an opportunity for you to see notes from the teacher, things going on in the classroom, the daily assignments, as well as the teacher will list the student's color placement from the color chart that day. It is our expectation that parents and guardians sign the daily sheet each evening and return it the following morning with the completed homework. If homework is not complete, your scholar's teacher will send home a blue sheet stating the missing assignments, and we ask that you sign and return the next day. In our 3rd and 4th grade classroom, progress reports will be sent home weekly.
At the Omega campus, homework is sent home every day, Monday through Friday. There are scaffolded levels of communication regarding daily homework assigned. For instance, in 5th grade, parents should expect a daily homework email listing the assignments due the following day. However, in 8th grade, there is not a daily communication regarding what assignments are due the following day since 8th graders are almost in high school. Some homework is assigned on paper and some is assigned digitally through Google Classroom. Progress reports are sent home on the first day of every week. That progress report must be signed and sent back the next day. we recommend that parents log into GradeLink and your child's Google Classroom on a regular basis to keep up with what is being assigned. At the Omega campus, we track homework two different ways. We track current missing work and we track cumulative missing work. You will get a current missing work list attached to your child's progress report every week. We also track how many missing, late, and incomplete assignments your scholar gets throughout the entire term so that we can monitor patterns of this type of work. If homework completion becomes an issue, we definitely will partner with you to brainstorm solutions that will help your child be successful.
Our behavior management system. At our Alpha campus, we utilize a color chart as a piece of our behavior management system. Scholars will receive positive pluses for positive behavior and checks as a consequence for redirections. Whether they are receiving 3 pluses, they move up a color, and every time they receive 3 checks, they would move down on the color chart. At the end of every day, a scholar will be assigned a color that coincides with how their behavior was for the day. If the scholar would end up on yellow or red, or a bigger behavioral incident would occur, the scholar might be referred for a dean referral, where they would end up in the dean's office and receive a formal write-up. In the case of a dean referral, both the teacher and the dean of students would reach out to and phone the parents.
At the Omega campus, we have 3 different types of referrals. The first one is a dean referral for behaviors that are very disruptive to the classroom environment, and those are handled in the office with me, and you will definitely be contacted by myself and the teacher. We also have a technology misuse referral, and that is for when students are looking up something inappropriate on a Chromebook or are misusing their technology in a different way. We also have an academic dishonesty referral, which we take very seriously, and that involves cheating or plagiarism. Another thing that we use at the Omega campus is a take-home. A take-home is a copying writing assignment that is given at the end of the day. The scholar needs to do that at home and bring it back completed the next day. On the flip side, we also have incentives at both campuses that scholars can earn for good behavior and completing homework and the like. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. We know it was a lot of information.
We look forward to partnering with you this year when it comes to homework, attendance, and overall your scholar success. God's blessings on your year.
The expectations are high. They're high for our scholars. They're high for our parents, but they're also high expectations for our teachers who put in long hours, are willing to partner with you, and communicate for the benefit of your child. We work closely together, and that's why it's important for us to take a quick moment to talk about the communication between home and school. Presented here on the screen are some key components. First, we always ask that we maintain respectful and open communication. We always maintain confidentiality. You can be sure that the conversation we have with you will never be shared with another parent. Likewise, information about your scholar will never be shared with any parent except for you. When you reach out to a member of our faculty at Mount Lebanon, we do everything in our power to return that text, email, or phone call as quickly as possible. However, throughout the school day, teachers are in the classroom instructing and working with our scholars. So we ask that you give us 24 hours to return that communication. Thank you for your patience, and we know that these simple steps will allow us to have effective communication for the benefit of our learners. The next slides lay out a framework so that you know who it is you should be contacting when there's something that needs to be discussed, or perhaps just because your scholar is going to be a little late or absent from school. Please take a moment, pause the video here, go ahead and take a look at the chart that's presented, and as always, if you have questions, please reach out to a member of the faculty or staff. How can you support your scholar? Here on this slide are presented some simple daily steps for you to take as a parent, and also some weekly steps. Doing these things ensure that you know what your scholar is learning, and you know that you are in the know when it comes to what's happening at school. And finally, each term there are certain things we ask parents to do in partnership with the teacher to ensure that you know how your child is progressing. Take a quick moment, pause on this slide, take a look at some of the ways that you can help on a term-by-term basis, and also presented are some opportunities for you to engage in other ways here at Mount Lebanon. Here's some information about our before and after care. First, scholars at both campuses can be dropped off as early as 7 a.m., and there is no fee for before care. Aftercare at both campuses ends at 6 p.m., and scholars do need to be picked up by 6 p.m. Aftercare at a lower grades campus is homework, snack, and play. At our middle school campus, that's 5th through 8th grade, the focus is primarily on homework, academic achievement, but there is also a snack included. More information about how you can sign up for and pay for aftercare is available at one of the information tables here at registration. We start each day and end each day in prayer. We also end each week with our Big Chapel Fridays. On Big Chapel Fridays, our middle school students, 5th through 8th grade, take a bus to the elementary school over on 60th and Hampton. We join together, the entire faculty, all the students, and we invite you, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, to join us too for a worship service that's focused on God's Word, our fruit of the Spirit, and what Jesus has done for us. Please note on Fridays, all students, K4 through 8th grade, dismiss from 6100 West Hampton at 1:15 p.m., and aftercare ends on Fridays at 5 p.m. Thanks, and we really hope to see you join us at our Big Chapel Fridays. Mount Lebanon offers so many programs, and to try to fit them all into this presentation isn't feasible, but several of them are highlighted on the slide here. We have sports. We have DHL, or Disciple Air Leader Sundays, 3 times per year, where our students take an opportunity to sing and read the scriptures, serve as ushers, and serve snacks, and then we do a community service project. We also have our parent events, 2 per year. This year they're focused on social media and developing a family in the Word of God. We hope that you can join us for all of our DHL Sundays and our parent events. A flyer will be available at the table when you speak to our pastor. Finally, we have student services, directed by Mrs. Barch, and this program offers one-on-one and small group help for students who need additional support in math and reading. More information about student services is also available at one of our registration tables. Our parents and our teachers together are a dynamite team, but we also know we can't do it all. So Mount Lebanon strategically engages with partners from our community in order to offer a more robust program for our scholars. A couple of those new programs to highlight is our new Heart Love Breakfast program. We're shifting to a new breakfast and lunch provider, and the menu will be sent out every month. We also will continue to partner with Christian Family Solutions. We're adding a new counselor to our middle school, and counseling available for a child or a family. A student can be referred to the counselor, but that does need to be approved by our other parent or guardian before the child begins counseling services. And there's much, much more. Whether it's field trips or community partners coming to our school to work with our students, you'll be informed as the year progresses of opportunities to get your students plugged in to some of these extra programs and partnerships. Our final 2 topics before we wrap up today are cell phones and social media. First, I want to talk to you about cell phones. First, there's no reason for a student at Mount Lebanon to bring a cell phone to school. In fact, phones are not to be brought to school. We understand that there are some students that walk home or are maybe going to a daycare, and you want them to have their phone in the evening so they can contact you. If that's the case, that phone does need to be turned in as soon as the student comes into the building to the first adult that they meet at the door. That adult then takes that phone, makes sure it gets locked away so it doesn't get broken or stolen, and it can be returned at the end of the day. But the best approach with the cell phone is it doesn't need to be at school. I'd also take a moment to encourage you to allow your student to unplug from their peers by disconnecting from their phone. When I was going to school, 8 to 3 o'clock is when I was with my school peers. Now with a cell phone, students can be interacting with their peer group from sun up to sundown. I would encourage you to take that phone, set it aside, put it in a drawer so that your student can disconnect and just be at home. Over the last years, we've had an increased number of discipline issues directed to social media. We hope and pray that we can eliminate that from ever happening, but we need your help. Please monitor your child's cell phone use closely. It's a huge challenge. Kids are quick. They can delete and hide things before you can even see it. Be very diligent. And please also take a moment. Pause the video here. You'll see our social media and social networking policy. It's important to note that if there's a social media issue outside of the school that begins to affect the culture that you and I, as parent and teacher, are trying to build in the school does discipline that issue. So your child needs to be aware that just because they're not at school, what they say and do and post on social media can affect them at school, and it can affect their peers. Here's a couple important links for you to be aware of: the mountmke.org and then our parent handbook at the mountmke.org/parent handbook. There's tons of people here at registration that can answer your questions, but you can always also call our school office. The phone is presented here. And finally, thank you. Thank you for choosing to partner with Mount Lebanon Lutheran School. We are so blessed to have you. May God bless our efforts together as we make disciples of Christ, heirs of eternity, and leaders for our community. Let's have a blessed year.